This might actually be one of the best months in the entire game's history. A big 30% of you that have not smashed the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so you guys don't miss out more on content. I want to talk about everything we got coming out this month. We're going to start on the classic trio of The Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, Spell Ruler, the Pharaoh's Servant, and the Invasion of Chaos. Are these things that you yourself should be picking up? Honestly, I'd put a box of 2 of these aside just for collection purposes. This product is probably going to sell out very, very quickly because it is a reprint of 5 of the most classic sets in the game's history. Whether or not you want to believe that or not, people do love the nostalgia feel of opening up their, their childhood. It's a thing. It really is. Whether or not you yourself believe it, it is a thing. But once again, for collector's purposes, I would make sure that I had at least 1 box of these set aside. I'm not looking to resell these. I think that these make very cool displays. Now, whether or not a lot of people are like, they're going to put QCs in here, I don't know about that. I don't know. If they do, that will be a game changer for them for sure. But just on the collectability side of things, I think that's really cool. But once again, if you're going to go through here and you're planning on picking these up to try to pull new things, sure, the new updated text boxes, some of the updated text will look very, very nice. All right, and trust me, the new secret, there are fans of these things, and there are also people out here that are massively disappointed that these cards are getting reprints again. They're like, there's not going to be any crazy value for them. Once again, it's mainly for the people that want to tear open the packs and enjoy the sets that they couldn't actually have during their childhood for whatever reason. Now that they're adults, they get to relive that nostalgia factor that they had long since missed. So that's the particulars of that set. It's actually a pretty big release, contrary to what you might think. Next up is OTS Pack 22. Okay, so OTS packs are always a very interesting discussion point here because these either signal future upgrades of things that we're getting a little bit ahead of release. This OTS pack, I believe, comes out on 7/19, whether or not they move it back or something happens or along the way. But that means we also get some new fancy ultimate rares. And anytime that we get, those new fancy, awesome looking good cards here, I will say that it will be really nice. I'm also curious to know what cool token we'll get. We still don't have a Adventure Rite of Armesia token for whatever reason. We fumbled the ball. We just have refused to make one. I'm zero clued on what's going on, at least in the particulars of that. But whatever upgrades that we get, some people will be happy. Some people will be unhappy. Well, that's such a cop-out answer when you think about it. But these OTS packs, as of late, the value has been very cheap. So if you want to buy things on the secondary market, from players that get them, I think that's been a good thing. Even though, I know people want the alties to be worth more, they have been pushing down relatively well. So that's actually a good thing. Not having to spend $7 to $8 on super rares after circulation actually occurs and actually, kind of hold out a little bit, I think is good. So, all real things considered, the game can get expensive at certain points in time, and OTS exclusive product like this tends to kind of invert and tend to do things. So especially we don't really have a ban list that we need to worry about at the moment. I don't think they're going to do anything too particularly crazy at this stage in time, so I think that that's actually pretty good. So yeah, OTS 2020 or 2022, OTS 22. We'll have to wait and see what comes in there, but I expect good things. Then there's Age of Overlord. This is I think the biggest thing out of the block here is this will be our late October / early November set. I think it's October that we'll be getting this. But this set sets the precedence for a lot of crazy things. We already know that Horus is coming in here, and some of the other stuff, but all the selling points have kind of been established. We will be dropping this set here, mid-month here out of Japan, and you are going to watch our market go crazy as each and every day, if a new card comes out that spins something out of control, well, it's going to get a whole lot crazier a whole lot quickly. So once again, when you have this month, you have 2 core sets dropping, one on the OCG side of things and one on the TCG side of things. And if you thought that things were going to be crazy, you know, not only for pre-sales and preparation for things, but for the future hype train of things, it is not a good thing when you see these 2 line up like this. I haven't been a huge fan of like the dual previews, so especially with a TCG release and then, you know, an OCG release literally on top of it. It has been interesting to watch, but it is not good. So yes, I expect a lot of hype, a lot of excitement as we head on into Age of Overlord. The Zark stuff is very interesting, but you know, we've already seen Watt cards going up. Novelez stuff has been on people's radar. Odotic good stuff as well. All of these classic retrains have eyes on them right now. Whether or not they're going to get immediate pickup or not, it is once again one of those things that you need to keep an eye on here and kind of be aware and go, whoa, hey, you know, like, that's actually pretty cool. You know, yeah, future core sets, like, the bam wow factor is crazy when it comes down to these sorts of things. And then there's the TCG set at the end of the month, Duelist Nexus. Whoo, boy, QCs. This is going to be the first core set that is going to have quarter century secret rares. And I guarantee you that people are going to look at this set and they are not going to have any idea what expected value is going to be. You're not going to be able to pull that one QC out of here that's going to be crazy, because everything in this set minus the, I believe on the page it did specify the 1 card in the set, which I'm either expecting Shooting Star, Shooting Quasar, Cosmic Blazar to be it. Fingers are really crossed for Quasar, though. I think Quasar would be one of the coolest cards that they could drop in here. And also, to be fair, Quasar doesn't have a higher rarity. I believe the OCG does have a Starlight Shooting Quasar. So that would be fantastic, because if we get Quasar, then that pretty much confirms that Zark will be the QC on the import of Age of Overlord. But Nexus, the only things that we don't know, obviously, will be rarities on stuff. But we don't know what the new TCG exclusive archetype is going to be. That TCG exclusive archetype is going to set a pretty interesting stage for, obviously, Age of Overlord and this, because they're always in 2-set blocks. Hopefully, we get something like Goaty that is playable, or something. Please don't do War Rocks again. War Rocks were always just 1 card away from being good, but for whatever reason, they just never gave them the faithful Link 1 to make that deck viable. Maybe someday, but it just feels like that, you know, we saw all the hype for that deck, and then it just failed us. And not exactly on a winning streak right now for TCG exclusives, but I mean, things have been getting a little bit up there. Spellbound was a very cool exclusive, and it seems like, you know, they've done a pretty decent job at, you know, keeping eyes on the particulars for these sets. So, good old core set here. It will kind of change things. And then we have Worlds here. Yes, I'm tossing Worlds into the product thing here. I know it's like the very, very early next month, but keep in mind that Worlds always does have some sort of exclusive crazy merch. And as a collector, those particular things are the things that excite me, especially, you know, like these exclusive little Exodia reprints here. They're just little things to collect. They're the little niche things. Even if it's like sleeves, promo cards, you know, you come back 10 years down the line, it was available at Worlds 23. All right, it's 2023 or 2033. You know, you look at something like that, you're like, wow, I should have gotten that. There are always like little niche exclusive bits and pieces of the game's history that tend to come out that people are like, wow, you know, like, that's crazy that, you know, it's worth so much now. Look at the 2010 and the 2011 Worlds packs. Those are crazy, crazy things that have so much value. And at this stage, those are 13, you know, 12 years old at this point in time for old value. It's crazy to see the Thunder knows about the collectability. That's the thing, all right? Anytime that you can miss an opportunity for an exciting product, it really does go to show that there are a lot of missed opportunities in the game, and missing out on some of the world's goods, it can stink. But if you can track them down for a relatively cheap price, eBay is probably going to be a thing, or looking at some of, you know, the competitors that'll bring things back. Might be a little bit expensive, but having those things in your collection is really nice. So what do you think about the releases this month? It's insane. Please comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.